Life before death. Oh my god. Life before death. Strength before weakness. Journey before destination. Here we have our Kaladin Stormblessed build, and every day it's getting better. The amount of changes we've done to it is actually pretty big right now, so we're gonna go through everything we've changed and the future of this build, because it's almost done. I could feel it be done by this week if we get very lucky on the actual drops, but we're so close to having the perfect build. So you can go in there, see how much potential it actually has, and see how much you can do with it. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content, and let's get into this lightning super speed surge build. This build was, well, used to be more about combining every attack that we have into one, having lightning blast and static trigger surge. But now it's something different, because that one was not really working out, or that was damage was not really going that well, and the build didn't really make sense. It was just too many spots, too much melee damage, but also too much spell damage. It was just too all over the place. But now things are a bit different. I've been able to set up a good amount of stuff with a few changes to our skills. This build used to be all about using our mana, spending it, and using that to get ourselves more damage. Now, instead, it's all about movement speed, because of this very specific trait right here, Lightning Rush from Surge. Surge does more damage per 1% of movement speed, multiplicative with other modifiers. This makes our Surge do an insane amount of damage and being the most important ability in our set. Because of this, we got into Flame Ward and got ourselves this Flame Runner, so every time we use Flame Rush, we get ourselves Flame Ward, not Flame Rush. We get ourselves Haste, so that movement speed makes our Surge do more damage. We also got ourselves Conduit, so the more charges from Surge we have, from static we have, the more damage we do. We removed Kindling Blade, that made us get ourselves Enchant Weapon automatically, and instead we press it right before going into Surge to do an insane amount of damage. And we got ourselves rid of Desperation, as it would scale with less mana that we have, and we don't really have that anymore. We just put it on more damage for Enchant Weapon and more duration. And for Mana Strike, that we used to have in just all for more damage on this side with no mana, we made it so it actually gets more bonus from more mana that we have. Specifically, Celestial Precision, that gives us more crit, and essentially makes all of our Mana Strikes crit all of the time, while also having these two buffs that every time we use Mana Strike, our next damage that we do is going to be better. So, buffs for our Surge. We also get ourselves Invincible while using Surge and get more damage by making our Surge a bit shorter. But we have so much movement speed, it doesn't even matter. We also changed some of our equipment. Before we have the special unique relic that would scale up of less mana. Same thing for the belt. But now we don't really need that. Now instead we're going to go for this. Right here. We have all of it, so that's what I'm showing you in the planner. But we're going to get ourselves Bylon's Chariot. So every 3 seconds, your next movement skill deals 20 to 40 more damage. Absolutely great. 2 Joraldra's Stardial that will give us triple our stats from this ring whenever we actually use a movement skill, which will be Surge. So whenever we actually use Surge, we're going to do 6 times the, well, not 6 times the damage, but we're going to ourselves all these buffs that we have on this particular items 6 times over, which will make our Surge every 12 seconds do an insane amount of damage. And we also have Exsanguous that will make us have more 30% increasement attack speed and movement speed, which will be more damage for Surge if you have a potion in the last 4 seconds. Which I guess I can press the button for the potion just before using Surge, can I? We also got ourselves, well, ideally, eventually, we'll get ourselves Shadow Worlds, so we get Haste just permanently, which will give us just have the permanent haste power, the special effect of haste at all times, giving us more movement speed, making us do more damage on Surge. So an insane amount of damage. I'm so excited for whenever this happens. Of course, everything else here is also for critical strike, so we can get ourselves a good amount of damage with it. Essentially, critical multiplier, that would be the ideal thing to have, and we don't really need that much critical strike chance because we have Surge that gives Effluence, that gives us a base crit chance 5%. Same thing for Static over here, and same thing for Mana Strike, that is essentially permanent critical strike. So we don't really need that much. As long as our Surges are permanently 100% critical strike, that's gonna be enough. Might as well just have Peak of the Mountain and get ourselves that critical strike chance, because we don't really We don't really have anything else for the helmet. If you guys can think of something else though, please let me know in the comments. Speaking of critical strike, we also have Eloka's invocation that will make our potions not only give ward, but also be affected by our critical strike multiplier, making our potions do an insane amount of health and ward, which is great because our health that will be recovering will be affected by current health loss per second and X% of missing health gain as ward per second. So we can just use our potions to get ward, get our health back, and start getting even further ward. That pairs up with Exsanguineous, which does the same thing. All of this set is absolutely great. We also have some here that gives us less cooldown recovery on Surge, so we can make our Surge be as fast, as little cooldown as we can, which also will help us. Yeah, no, actually, no, forget it. I was gonna say that also helps us with other cooldowns, but that's not actually true. I'm gonna actually go and check if we can get cooldown reduction somewhere else here, so we can get our enchanted weapon just permanently going in there. But for now, Surge is good enough. And there you go. That's the entirety of the thing. I really am excited to get ourselves those uniques, specifically the perma haste one, because it kind of gets annoying to be pressing flame ward at times just to keep on haste going. I know there's some other items that you can actually use for permanent haste, but sadly, it's not something I am really. I'm not gonna sacrifice on the other uniques that we have in order to get those. So for now, this is gonna be what we have, and I'm very excited for it. That's that's for sure. I think this build could actually become something very, very good. It's my first build ever. I really hope I can kill Uber Aberus with this. I'm not sure if I will be able to, considering the fact that I will, just because of the low amount of items that we have right now, we're still struggling to go through all of the corrupted monoliths, right? I mean, we're doing the normal ones fairly easily, but doing the high corruption ones I'm struggling right now. But once we get some of these items, because honestly we haven't gotten really a lot of them, we only have the Kestrel, which is fine, but it's not really that good. We really need to start pumping better items. We need to get some insane things like this one. These boots are insane, and this relic is absolutely insane too. I'm very excited to transform them into a unique, but until then, gonna have to wait a little bit. And I'm also very excited to get my Surge into more levels, so we can get ourselves more ward, specifically get Longstrider as well to jump even further. That would be absolutely great. And maybe get ourselves some points in here to get ourselves more ward every time we actually go through enemies. But until then, we'll be doing fine regardless. But yeah, that is the video. I hope that this update helped you understand where we're at, and I hope this I hope I hope you guys enjoyed it and you're excited for as excited as I am to absolutely see the insane items we're gonna get and the insane build we're gonna make. Just Sumer Kaladin. I'm just so excited. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you guys around. Love you all. Bye.